just in terms of some examples of where we see the rubber hitting the road, and there can be no better example, of course, than Partners for Possibility. It was only last year that through the Growth Conference and through the relationship that was built from that we started as one of the business participants engaging with Partners for Possibility on helping Partners for Possibility scale and expand the reach that PFP have in terms of the engagement that I think we all understand. But there are many other organisations that are also campaigning and making progress. I came here from a meeting with Harambee, and I don't know if you're familiar with the Harambee organisation, which has been supported through the Yellowwoods Ventures and Business Organisation, really to address the school to work transition. And some 20,000 young people have gone through the Harambee Placements program, have been placed into employment opportunities around the country. Hugely encouraging to see that initiative taking forward. The NECT and the agenda really aligned to education collaboration and really getting another partnership working between business and our educational experts and organisations. The CEO Sleep Out. Finally, you've analysed all the details that are on here, but would it surprise you to know this year's CEO Sleep Out, which takes place on the 28th of July, the emphasis this year is solely on education, to help 3 educational-based not-for-profit organisations to advance their capabilities. Now, we conducted a study of last year's CEO Sleep Out in looking at a social return on investment, and it cost the organisation to put together the CEO Sleep Out. Cost about 13 million rand to set up the CEO Sleep Out in Gwen Lane, to put that together. That was about 3 million in cash and about 10 million in kind in terms of advertising on 702, cardboard boxes that CEOs slept on, sleeping bags that were far too thin and didn't make any difference to the people that were sleeping on the street. So 13 million rand went in, and I think we would all understand that the amount of money that was raised was 26 million rand in cash that was raised by the CEOs who went through an uncomfortable night. Now, the interesting thing is that some people refer to that as checkbook philanthropy, that it was the CEOs who had an experience together. They had some soup on the streets. It was cold. I was there. It was absolutely brass monkeys, I can tell you, at about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's impossible to sleep on the streets. Cardboard boxes and sleeping bags, and my kids are giving me pocket warmers to put in my pockets. It didn't work. I could feel my bone marrow was freezing and crystallizing in my bones. But it's not about the 26 million that was raised in there, because what actually happened there was that we saw those CEOs extending the reach of their own organizations, creating value through their own organization, either through the Sympathy Sleep Out, which is now a major part of the program for this year, where the organizations themselves raise funds and raise awareness to get engaged in the Sympathy Sleep Out, or the young children, the 13 young children from Girls and Boys Town who came and got involved in the event and got some experience from that, or most importantly, the value that was combined from the CEO's organisation, the empathy that was generated, the 26 million rand in value that was created by employees of those organisations getting involved. And this is just, I think, an example of what can be achieved if we get organisations, get business behind these kinds of initiatives. 13 million in, a multiplier of at least 3 times to generate value from that investment. And if you put that all together, we believe somewhere in the region of 9 times the value of that 13 million will be realised through all the initiatives that are going to flow from the CEO Sleep Out. That's not checkbook philanthropy. That's about getting engagement, getting organisations behind the kind of issues that we face. My time is up.